Colby Covington just made an update on the Leon Edwards fight. We have Garry with a new fight against Jeff Neal. We have a new fight in Merab versus Henry Cejudo scheduled. And we have a couple of other announcements coming up. I do apologize if there's a bit of noise upstairs. We do have a new puppy that, has to be put upstairs. So if you do hear a bit of rattling, that's what it is. Other than that, let's get straight into it. Colby Covington just recently lost against Leon Edwards in a unanimous decision. And in a recent interview, he was talking about how he had broken his foot in the first round with a high kick hitting Leon Edwards' elbow. Which I kind of agree with, in all honesty. Because when I look back at the fight, I realized that he was a lot slower than what was anticipated. But when he was first in the fight, like in the first 30 seconds, first minute, he was very quick on his feet. But then, yeah, after he threw that head kick, he was a little slower. And if people don't know, whenever you hit a high kick, it doesn't really hurt when it hits the forearms. When it gets blocked on the forearms, it's kind of just a bounce back. But when it hits the elbows, sometimes when it hits the wrist, like sometimes even when it hits straight on dome, it hurts you too. So I don't doubt the fact that he broke his foot. Do I think that was an excuse? No, because if he broke his foot, yeah, you can't really perform the same way. Now, do I feel as though it justifies it? No, I don't think it does. I still think that the performance that he had was very lackluster. You can't exactly wrestle with only one foot, but you can at least attempt to. But it was something new. Hopefully he did open up honestly about that and not just trying to make excuses on the fight. But in other news, we had the Garry situation where he pulled out of the fight due to pneumonia against Vicente Luque. And immediately he just got a new fight with Jeff Neal, who he's recently had beef with. It's a good move. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good move. But do I feel as though it was really catered towards Garry? Yeah. Because Garry should not have gotten that fight. He shouldn't have gotten Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal shouldn't have gotten Ian. Ian shouldn't have gotten Jeff. He should have fought Vicente. Like, there's just so many wrong things about this. Because it's like, if Garry was to win now up against Jeff Neal, he's in the top 5. But if he lost against Vicente, he'd probably be top 5, top 10, getting a top 5 opponent. But it's like, now if he wins against Jeff, like, Shavkat just beat Jeff Neal. So it doesn't really make sense in the whole, like, I'm better than Shavkat type of situation. With that being said, though, I do feel as though it's a really good fight between the both of them. Jeff Neal's got really good boxing. He's got really strong hands. Garry is a very good range opponent. He's really good at fighting his distance, getting out, getting in without getting hurt. He does keep his head up in the air quite a bit, which is something that, as the fight does go along, you can start to see that happening more and more. And so is Jeff Neal going to capitalize on that? Or is he just going to sit back? We don't know. Third piece of news, Merab had a confirmed fight against Henry Cejudo. I believe that's for February pay-per-view, if not the March pay-per-view. But that's a very interesting fight too, because the winner of that could get a title shot. I don't want them to get a title shot, but they could get a title shot off of that performance. If Merab is to out wrestle Henry Cejudo and let's say submit him, if he's able to submit him, I think he definitely deserves a shot or at least a chance against Sean O'Malley. Because that'd be a good story too. You know, Aljamain Sterling beat Henry Cejudo, Merab Davishvili beat Henry Cejudo. You know, Merab and Aljamain are teammates. Aljamain lost against Sean. Like, it's a whole mess that they can really just promote up. But if Henry wins, then it's like, well, they had that little back and forth. You know, he lost against Aljo, who lost against Sean, and he lost against, but he won against Merab, so that he could put Merab against Sean, and it's just that kind of puts a weird blemish on it. But if either one of them dominates the fight, I could see them getting a title shot. And I would love to see either of them against Sean. I would love that so much. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it's kind of just been a very slow week. Yeah, catch you in a bit. Bye.